Hey there, Zach with QuickBooks Connect and Vine Skills here. Wanted to do a short and sweet video of our spring 2024 released. This is a new QuickBooks Connect feature that works for Filevine's time and billing features. Um, it is a new standalone feature set. Some of you are familiar with our previous feature set where we push individual invoices into QuickBooks as QuickBooks invoices and kind of finish the accounting flow there. In this new feature set, we really use Filevine as the standalone billing machine for our customers. And so that allows us to take advantage of really cool new native Filevine features such as project funds and Filevine payments. So I'm going to jump over to the new dashboard and start there. All right, so our QuickBooks Connect users are going to have access to a QuickBooks Connect dashboard that looks just like this. They can access it with their email. They don't need to have a password. It's going to be a kind of a magic link system. The neat thing here is they have access to their own configuration settings. So within the settings window, they can set which bank account in QuickBooks corresponds to project funds in Filevine, what's the offsetting account to that, similarly, what bank account corresponds to an operating payment made in Filevine, and then what's their income account, so where are they recognizing attorney's fees or earned revenue. Some other kind of neat things with this dashboard is we're essentially going to catch any transaction that our systems post from Filevine to QuickBooks. It's going to be caught in these feeds. So you'll notice I'm on the tile for my operating bank account, and I have an all post and resolve transactions, 6 total in my history. And these are all transactions that posted from Filevine. I also have a for review section with a count up here of 0. We can kind of demonstrate in a moment what that's used for. And I can also toggle between bank accounts. So I can toggle over my trust account and I can view what has been posted for my trust account and what is for review in my trust account. All right, so navigating then to start in Filevine. Inside of Filevine, my Filevine user might be recording simply an operating payment. So they'd be in their native billing section. They would use this green payments button to record an operating account payment. Maybe it's with, oops, I'm gonna check this. Maybe it's with Filevine payments. We can call it operating payment 1, and maybe it's $450. So as soon as a Filevine user is recording a payment like that, our systems see that, they recognize it, and we're going to be posting that transaction to QuickBooks. So let's see, if I navigate in my chart of accounts to my operating bank account, I'll see right here is a $450 deposit. So seamlessly, I didn't pause the video for this deposit transaction shows up in QuickBooks in the background in real time. And we're hitting the accounts that the user already predetermined in their settings in the dashboard. So hitting that operating account, hitting their revenue account, and we're also tagging the Filevine project on that transaction, so it's always traceable back to Filevine. We're populating any details we can from that payment into the memo field. So our deposits in our operating account are updated in real time. Similarly, in the dashboard, we're going to also see this transaction flow through our operating account tile. So if I navigate to all posted and resolved transactions, I can see right here is my $450 posted transaction, so my accountant can keep tabs on what's posted to QuickBooks. You'll notice my previous transaction is marked as cleared, so our systems automatically update that as soon as there's a match made to a real banking transaction in QuickBooks. So that's kind of that ongoing reconciliation process the QuickBooks user might be doing, is feeding back and confirming the status of these items as well in real time. All right, so back in Filevine, another cash transaction we might have is a deposit into our project funds. So again, this can happen anyway. I can click this button because I received a check in the door. I can also use Filevine payments to record this deposit automatically, but we'll just record a $4,000 transaction, for example, and save it. So we're now showing a project fund balance. In QuickBooks, navigating back to my chart of accounts here. And this time going to my trust bank account. I can see my $4,000 deposit is showing up real time here as well. So if I open that up, I can see this deposit is posted to the bank account that my user chose in the dashboard settings. It's posting to that offset account that they chose in the dashboard settings. And just like an operating payment, we're taking that Filevine project associated with that transaction here, and also bringing in all the other relevant details in our memo field. We'll navigate back to the dashboard as well and look at this one. In the dashboard, navigating over to my trust bank account, just like the operating payment in my all posted and resolved transactions, I can see, sure enough, there's a $4,000 transaction posted. Let's go back to Filevine and give an example of why we might use the for review section. So in Filevine, there's a number of ways a user can edit a payment that has already been posted to QuickBooks, and we want to make sure to catch any of those changes and post it as a for review transactions for our accounting users. For example, on a project funds, I could void this entry. And when I do, we need to alert our accountants that, hey, we voided this. They might need to make an edit in QuickBooks or they might not. Their judgment is probably needed. So if we go back to the dashboard, again, we're on our trust bank account tile. We can see that review number jumps up from 2 to 3, and that third item being our $4,000 transaction. So there's a system message for the user. Hey, this transaction was voided inside of Filevine. And then as the accounting user, I can review that. I can manually adjust it in QuickBooks if I need to. I can leave it alone if I need to. But whatever is resolved, I can click on manually reviewed, and I'll get a timestamp of my name and the date it was resolved. So yeah, that's the down and dirty of our new feature set. I hope you enjoy it, and please reach out to QuickBooks@visskills.com with any questions.